All right, so today we're going to dive into something a little unexpected.
Okay.
We're cracking open The Little Prince.
Okay.
Now, before you think, wait, what does a children's book have to do with my overflowing inbox and deadlines?
Right.
That's exactly why we're doing this.
It's almost like that whimsical cover is a Trojan horse for, like, unexpectedly deep insights. Especially for those of us who thrive in a fast-paced, achievement-oriented world.
Okay, unpack that for us.
Sure.
What do you mean?
Well, think about it.
Okay.
We're constantly bombarded with messages about productivity, hitting those targets, climbing that ladder. But this book, it throws a curveball and asks, at what cost? Are we so busy chasing the next milestone that we've forgotten what truly matters?
You know, I actually caught myself thinking about that the other day.
Oh, yeah?
I was up late prepping a presentation, totally stressed.
Yeah.
And I realized I hadn't spoken to my best friend in weeks.
Wow.
It hit me.
Yeah.
What good is a killer presentation if I don't have anyone to celebrate with afterwards?
Exactly. And The Little Prince tackles this head-on with the character of the businessman.
Okay.
So fixated on owning the stars that he forgets to even look at them.
Wow.
It's a brilliant analogy
Okay.
for how we can get so caught up in the metrics of success, the numbers, the titles, that we lose sight of the inherent beauty and meaning in what we do.
It's like that saying, work to live, don't live to work.
Right.
But knowing it and actually living it are two different things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the podcast we're diving into today, Finding Purpose Beyond Hustle,
Okay.
uses this businessman as a jumping off point to ask you a powerful question. What are your stars? What are you striving for so intensely that you might be missing out on the simple joys right in front of you?
Okay, I'm hooked.
Good.
It's like he's talking directly to me.
And that's the brilliance of The Little Prince.
Yeah?
It feels incredibly personal, even though it's a simple story.
Right.
As the little prince travels from planet to planet, he encounters characters so consumed by doing
Okay.
that they've forgotten how to simply be.
Okay, like who?
Yeah.
Give us the rundown.
So you've got the king with no subjects,
Okay.
desperately trying to rule, and the vain man, starving for admiration.
Right.
It's almost comical.
Yeah.
But then you realize how often we fall into the same trap,
Right.
seeking validation from external sources.
Oh, tell me about it.
Right.
Social media is basically a breeding ground for that, right?
Absolutely.
You're constantly measuring yourself against others,
Yep.
chasing those likes.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
It really is.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating is that there's actually a psychological component to this.
Okay.
Our brains get hooked on the dopamine rush of those external rewards.
Right.
Those little pings of validation. But the satisfaction is fleeting,
Right.
leaving us craving more and never truly fulfilled.
It's like we're on those hamster wheels, right?
Yes.
Running and running, but we're not actually getting anywhere.
And that's where the fox comes in, right?
Okay.
This encounter in the book always struck me as particularly profound.
Okay.
Especially in the context of our conversation.
Okay, so remind us about the fox.
Yeah.
What's his deal?
He teaches the little prince about the importance of taming,
Okay.
of taking the time to build a meaningful connection. It requires patience,
Oh, okay.
presence, a willingness to see beneath the surface.
Yeah.
It's about quality over quantity,
Okay.
nurturing something special.
Which, let's be honest, feels like the opposite of what we're told to do in today's world.
Right.
Move fast and break things.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
It's true. But think about it in the context of your work,
Okay.
your own field. How often do we rush through interactions?
Right.
Prioritize transactions over genuine connection?
Yeah.
What if instead we borrowed a bit of the fox's wisdom?
Okay, I'm intrigued. Give us an example.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a team leader.
Okay.
Facing a complex project with tight deadlines.
Right.
The instinct might be to bark orders, delegate tasks, and just focus on getting it done.
Right.
But what if instead you took the time to really connect with your team?
Okay.
Understand their strengths, their individual working styles, their aspirations.
It's about building trust, right?
Yes.
Creating a space where people feel heard and valued.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that investment in relationships, that taming.
Yeah.
It's not just good for morale. It actually leads to better outcomes.
Right.
Think about leaders known for their incredible ability to connect with people, to foster a sense of shared purpose.
Right.
They don't just manage tasks.
Right.
They inspire their teams to achieve extraordinary things together.
And that kind of leadership.
Exactly.
That ability to build strong relationships.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
It is.
Not just in business, but in any field.
Absolutely. Whether you're a teacher connecting with your students,
Yeah.
a doctor building rapport with patients, or
Mhm.
even just navigating your personal relationships.
Yeah.
That ability to truly see and value the other person is invaluable.
It's like we're all searching for those meaningful connections.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those relationships that make the hustle worthwhile.
Right.
And you know what's funny?
What's that?
The book never really spells it out for you,
Right.
but it quietly reminds you that those connections,
Yes.
they're often what bring us the most joy.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that brings us to another powerful theme in The Little Prince.
Okay.
The idea of seeing with the heart.
Oh,
Do you remember that famous quote?
yes.
It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye.
Oh, yeah. Chills every time.
Right.
But how do we actually apply that to our lives,
Right.
practically speaking?
Yeah.
Especially when we're so focused on
Yeah.
goals and to-do lists and deadlines.
The podcast suggests some great exercises.
Right.
One that resonated with me was taking a moment to reflect on those peak moments of joy in our work.
Okay.
When have you felt truly energized, fulfilled, truly in your element?
Yeah.
What were the common threads? Were you working solo or collaboratively? Was it the creative challenge,
Okay.
the impact on others,
Right.
a sense of mastery?
It's about identifying those things that light us up right,
Yes.
beyond just the external markers of success.
Exactly. And maybe, just maybe,
Yeah.
those moments of joy, those glimpses of what truly resonates with us,
Yeah.
those are clues to finding more purpose in the everyday hustle.
Right?
It's about aligning our actions with our values,
Mm.
with what truly matters to us on a deeper level.
It's like that saying, find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
Right.
But maybe it's not about finding the perfect job.
Right.
Maybe it's about bringing that love, that sense of purpose to the work we're already doing.
Now you're getting it. And that brings us to the Little Prince's rose.
Okay.
It's such a simple yet powerful symbol.
Yeah.
This delicate flower that he cares for so tenderly that he feels responsible for.
Okay, but what's the deeper meaning there?
Yeah.
How does that apply to us, to our everyday lives?
Think about it this way.
Okay.
The rose represents something we choose to invest in,
Right.
something we nurture and care for, even amidst the busyness of life.
Okay.
It's about finding those things, big or small,
Mhm.
that give us a sense of purpose,
Right.
that make the hustle feel worthwhile.
So it's not necessarily about some grand singular purpose,
Right.
but about finding meaning in the everyday.
Yes.
And the things we choose to focus our energy on.
Exactly. And the
Yeah.
beauty is
Yeah.
those roses can be anything.
Okay.
It could be your family,
Mm-hmm.
a creative pursuit, a side project you're passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
even just showing up with intention in your relationships.
It's about bringing that same level of care and attention
Yes.
that the Little Prince had for his
Yeah,
rose to everything we do.
precisely.
Wow.
And maybe, just maybe, by
Yeah.
shifting our focus from chasing external validation to nurturing those things that truly matter to us,
Mm-hmm.
we unlock a deeper level of fulfillment even amidst the hustle.
This deep dive has been such an eye-opener.
It has.
I started today thinking we were going to talk about a children's book,
Right.
but this has been so much more than that.
It's amazing how a seemingly simple story like The Little Prince can hold such profound wisdom, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
So for our listener out there,
Yes.
the one who started this deep dive thinking,
Right.
what does the Little Prince have to do with my life?
Right.
I hope this conversation has sparked some new insights.
Absolutely.
We've explored the trap of chasing empty success,
Yes.
the importance of genuine connection,
Right.
the power of seeing with the heart, and the idea of finding our own roses to nurture.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is a lot to process.
Yeah.
But even taking a few of these ideas to heart can make a world of difference.
Absolutely.
So as you navigate your own busy week,
Yes.
remember to ask yourself,
Mm-hmm.
what are my stars? What are the things that truly matter to me?
Yes.
And how can I bring more purpose and intention to everything I do?
Because ultimately that's the journey of the Little Prince.
Yeah.
A journey of self-discovery, of finding meaning in unexpected places,
Right.
and of remembering that what's essential is often invisible to the eye.
Beautifully said. This has been an incredible deep dive.
It has been.
A huge thank you to our listeners for joining us on this journey.
Yes.
Until next time.
Yes.
Keep exploring, keep questioning,
Mm-hmm.
and keep nurturing those things that bring meaning to your hustle.
I love it.